Uh, the Maheshwar hydroelectric project is one of the major dams being built on the river Narmada, and this was the first privatized project in the Narmada Valley. It was given to a company called as Kumars, and actually we have been fighting for this against this project for last 16 years, and mainly on two major counts. First is we are saying that this project is not at all viable project, and second is that the people who are going to be ousted, who are going to be displaced by this project, which are more than 60 to 70,000 people, there is no rehabilitation plan, there is no rehabilitation mechanism for these people. As far as the viability question is concerned, we have proved through various studies and their documents that the electricity which is going to be generated by this project is going to be very less against the demand of the state of Madhya Pradesh. It is very less, firstly. Secondly, most of the electricity will be produced in the 4 months of monsoon. More than 80% will be produced in the 4 months of monsoon, and where the demand is lowest in the monsoon, because there is no agriculture demand, and in Madhya Pradesh the contribution of agriculture demand is around 40% in the total demand. So there is a complete mismatch. When there is demand, there is no supply, and when there is no demand, the maximum supply would be in that 4 months of monsoon. Secondly, the cost of electricity would be very high, because the project cost is very high, and but because it is a privatized project, there is a power purchase agreement, and as per power purchase agreement, whether the electricity is produced or not, or the cost of electricity is so high that the electricity board or state cannot buy this power, but a huge amount of money, around 4,000 to 6,000 million rupees per year, will have to be paid to the private project promoter by the government. So what we are saying, that it is a complete loot of public money, and so one hand it is a complete loot of public money, and on the second hand this project is not viable because the electricity is very less and the cost of electricity is going to be very high. So it's not going to solve the problem of power shortage. As far as the financial issues related to Maisha project is concerned, the cost of power is going to be very high, and as per the power purchase agreement, whether the electricity is produced or not, or it is so costly that the government of Madhya Pradesh or Madhya Pradesh Electricity Board won't be able to buy it. But as per the power purchase agreement, they will have to pay around 4,000 to 6,000 million, 4,000 to 6,000 million rupees per year for 35 years. Apart from that, there have been many financial irregularities involved in this project, which have been indicted by institutions like Comptroller and Auditor General of India, which is the highest institution which keeps check on the financial transactions, and that is why we are saying that it's a loot of public money, because there are so many financial irregularities which can be seen from various CAG reports and other reports. And on the other hand, the electricity produced will be very costly, and it is not going to save the power shortage problem of the state.
इसमें ऐसा है कि अभी जब हमारे ये बांध है अभी तो पूरा बना भी नहीं है, और जब बन जाएगा तभी इसमें गेट इसलिए खुले हैं कि पर्यावरण मंत्रालय का एक आदेश है कि जब तक लोगों का पुनर्वास नहीं हो जाता तब तक गेट नहीं बंद कर सकते। और उसने कहा था कि पुनर्वास और बांध का काम साथ साथ चलना चाहिए, पर ऐसा तो नहीं हुआ। बांध तो बन चुका है करीब, वो दिख रहा है करीब, पर पर्यावरण मंत्रालय ने तो उनको स्पष्ट बोल रखा है कि जब तक भी लोगों का पुनर्वास नहीं हो जाएगा तब तक आप बांध में पानी नहीं भर सकते।
In the Maheshwar project, many international financial institutions and banks were involved. The Siemens was involved, and Siemens was asking the German ECA guarantee, Hermes, and then many American companies were involved. Initially, PacGen was involved, then Bechtel was also involved, then Ogden was involved, then ABB was involved, and ABB was asking ECA guarantee from Portuguese government, that COSEC, that their ECA. And a very important important aspect of Maheshwari's struggle was that because of this struggle and because of the movement, all these banks and companies had to withdraw. Firstly, initially the Bechtel withdrew, then Paggen withdrew, and then Siemens was trying very hard to get this guarantee from Hermes, the ECA guarantee from the German government, and at that same time they were also asking some German bank, Hypervalence Bank and VAW Energy, to put in money. So, and from this money, actually they were going to get the equipment from Siemens. So no, it's a whole nexus. Through this Hermes guarantee, they were getting some money from the German bank on which they would get the interest, and from this money they would buy the German product only, the German equipment, Siemens equipment only, on which they would get the profit. So everything, the interest will, the German bank will get the interest, and the German company will get the profit. So this was the whole plan, and we were very sure that we would not allow this to happen. So so we were protesting. We wrote to the German embassy. Thousands of postcards were sent to the German embassy telling them the real situation there. We protested in Delhi before the German embassy, and our friends in Germany, an organization called Orgeval, that uh, organization worked very hard to make the German government aware about the field situation, and finally the German government had to send a team. So they sent a team to the valley. They went from village to village. They talked to the people. They talked to the uh, private company. They talked to the state government official. They talked to the central government official, and finally they came to this conclusion that this project is not at all viable. And then finally they refused the Hermes guarantee, and Siemens had to withdraw. Similarly, like this bank, Hypervalence Bank, they sent a person, and this person was there in the valley for 1 year, and then finally, we believe because of his report, his adverse report, the bank decided to withdraw. This American company came with the President of America, Bill Clinton, to India, and in the very first day they signed a memorandum of understanding with this Escomas that they are going to give money. And the next day they came with a helicopter to the project site, and there were hundreds of people. They out them, and then they asked them questions. And after 2 days, we protested in front of the US Embassy, which is the most protected area in India. Hundreds of people went to the embassy. They protested there. They were arrested from there also. And finally, this company Ogden had to send a team to inquire about it, and they sent a team. The team went to village, and finally, because of that report, Ogden also had to withdraw. So it was a fight at all the level, and in this Maheshwar project, each and every bank, each and every company, and all the ECAs, Hermes of Germany and COSEC of Portuguese, had to withdraw. In our struggle, actually, we have uh, worked at various levels, and what we think that the most important thing is that there should be a mass organization of the people who are affected by these projects. So the first and the most important thing that we went to the villages, and we created an organization, and so in the Narmada Valley, in all these dams, and especially in Maheshwar, we have a very strong mass base, very strong mass organization. But for our struggle, we have to work at various levels. For example, on one hand, through this mass organization, we have been protesting against all these institutions before the state government, before the central government, and before the various ministries, and even before the embassies of various governments from where they were asking money. But also, we have been uh, working with other organizations to get support, national organizations, and also when there is any international money involvement with international organization also, so that they can tell their people that they should not fund in such disastrous projects. Also, we have been working at the level of judiciary. We have been filing cases against these projects, and we are approaching the higher judiciary for relief for the rights of the people. So it's a comprehensive strategy. One has to involve many people in this, and one has to work at various levels. We have tried to involve students, young students, because through this involvement they also get exposure and we also get help in our struggle. We have been fighting for last 16 years, and we have been fighting against the state government and the central government and many giants like Siemens and all these big companies and banks. But we could attain, we could get so many victories because we believe that we are fighting with the power of truth. And when there is a power of truth, there is a fearlessness, because we don't fear anything. You put us in jail, what else you can do? You can at the most kill us. But we believe when we fight with the truth, even these powers cannot kill us. There have been very many interesting experiences and moments in this struggle. Like once we have captured the dam site in 2000, year 2000, and then hundreds and thousands of people were arrested and they were put in jail. What they did that day in the evening, they released us. Then they said that now you can go back to your homes. But we said that we came to the dam site with certain questions. We came to the dam site asking the government whether this project is viable or not. Prove us that this project is going to benefit the whole of state common people. And secondly, where is the rehabilitation for this 60,000-70,000 people? We want these answers. If we are not going to give us this answer, we are not going to go out of it. And then these thousands of people, they locked themselves inside the jail. So all the jail officials ran away from the jail, and the whole jail was captured by us. We were in this jail, self-locked for 4 days, and then finally on the 4th day, the district administration had to give answers to our questions, and only after that we came out of the jail.